What's up, Mash and Drummers? Welcome to Whiskey Wednesday Night Live. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the show. Amazing night about to go down. Not only do I have some great bottles that we're going to dive into, I'm really only going to try 3 of all these because I need to save my palate a little bit for the second round of Blendageddon that will happen in hour number 2 of the show. But hour number 1, we got Midwinter's Night's Dram. We got the Encore. We got the regular one. We got Michter's Sour Mash. We got Elijah Craig C922, been hearing very good things. We got 2 new Jack Daniels from the distillery series. These are just available basically at the distillery or in some shops in Tennessee. But we have a maple toasted oak barrel and then just a regular American oak toasted barrel with these. I've heard a couple of good things about those as well. But I'm going to let you guys vote tonight. You guys get to pick. I think there is a poll that's running right now below. Look at all you beautiful people in the chat. Gotta love it. Love you guys. Thanks for coming in tonight and hanging out. Good to see everybody again for what's sure to be another great night. So make sure you guys vote in the poll. Let me know what you guys want me to open first as we get the night rolling. Man, what a week I've had. I spent some time at Sagamore the last couple days, hence the shirt in Maryland. I got to meet with Dusty Dan. I met with Andy from 21090. 2 great channels you guys should definitely be subscribed to. So just got to do some great hanging out in Sagamore, and man, it was a hell of a time. I am tired. Drank a lot of whiskey. Dusty brought the Dusties out. So yeah, I didn't drink anything today. I did a little bit of a warm-up, dram for the palate just to kind of get it jump-started before we taste any of these, and then obviously get into Blendageddon later, which tonight's blends, just by the color, it's like a bag of Skittles, just like Taste the Rainbow. There's a lot of colors in here. This is going to be the Skittles bracket. It's all over the place. It's amazing. So let's see here. We have, holy shit, we have our first super chat of the night. Damn, Paul Graham, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for rewarding the hard work. Appreciate that, man. Well, I wouldn't go that far. 21090, yes. Appreciate you guys. Let's see who's actually in here today already. We already have 220 in the chat. Dusty Dan is obviously here. What's going on, my bud? Adam Hinson is here. Roscoe P. Coltrane, Cameron Lochner's in the house. Dram Yankee, yeah, Dram Yankee's ready. Dusty Dan wants to know who he's going against in the next round. That's what's good. That's what he's up to. Evan Tischer says week 2. Let's go. Ham Turkey is here, saying week 2. Tim Cornet, Black Bourbon Family, raise your drinks up casually. Always got to sing that when I see them. Love you guys. Hope you guys, Jason and Brandy, are doing well. Another great channel. Subscribe to you guys. Chris Abuzalencia, what's going on, man? Nice to see you as well. Let's see. Todd Puchalski is in the house. Nice to see you, man. Jason Eckert, Honest Charlie. Man, just a bunch of people jumping in. Terrence Scott. Let's see. JC Marsegan. Nice to see you, man. Or Marasegan. I'm sorry, Marasegan. JC Marasegan. JC, you got some good initials there, bud. Blind Squirrels here. What's going on? Ben Hernandez, 4-Leaf, and a bunch of other people coming in. Let me catch up to the chat here because I'm way behind. Richie Z, the legend, is here. Saucy Shane, Peter White, Steve Burko, Devin Barons, Tim Cornet, JG, Michael Borkos. What is going on, everyone? All right. B Snyder 83 says cheers. What's going on? Brett Marquette's here. Let's see what the poll says right now. Oh, it is close. It is close. Wow. Midwinter's Night's Dram, the Encore, had a clear lead. In the beginning, but now people are coming and voting for Elijah Craig Barrel Proof C922. So if you guys have not voted yet, get in there, vote. The poll is right there in the chat. 183 votes already. And let me know what you want me to taste first. I'll just basically go in order. The second, I'll just go first, second, third. So really, it's going to be between the Michters and the Jack Daniels to see which one I taste third. So we'll see what happens there. But I'll let that poll go for another couple minutes. We have Kojaz says, can you put 4 Gates Ruby Rye and Port Ruby Rye Springs up against Midwinter's 10 Encore? So Kojaz is a good question. So I'm actually going to be doing a you'll see Friday I'm going to have a double base, but it might be a quadruple base. I'm gonna do the Midwinter's Night's Dram Encore versus the Peri Peri from Foregate versus the what's the other bottle I had in there? Oh yeah, the Old Scout Port Finish, which I was gonna throw in there too, versus the Sagamore Spirit Port Finish. So all four of those will be in one video. So all against each other to see who rules the ported rye roost, let's say, and we'll see who wins that one. So that'll be a fun video to do. Go Yankees. Okay, let's just get this out of the way. The Mets fucking suck. They were horrible. They broke my heart again. Instead of just breaking my heart after the All-Star break like they usually do, they decided to wait a little bit longer. I think as the season went on, the Mets the pitching wasn't as good as we thought it was. I think the pitching was still great, but I think just against the lineups, whenever the Mets got behind, it was just they don't have the home run hitters in order to to battle back and score those runs against elite pitching. And I think that's what we're going to end up getting in the offseason. We'll see what happens. I like the new owner is going to spend some money. Hopefully, he makes the right moves. I think the offseason moves, not the offseason, but the midseason trades that the Mets made in the beginning were kind of great, but then they really, Daniel Vogelbach, smells I loved him. Darren Ruff, I mean, none of them were really hitting anything. Naquin that we got from the Reds, none of them really did anything. So even some of the call-ups we did really weren't ready yet. So we'll see what happens next year. But congrats to the Braves. Congrats to everybody in the playoffs. I'm only kidding. Congrats to nobody. I hate all you. Mets rule. Everybody else fucking sucks. And I'm not watching baseball the rest of the season. I'm done. It's my party, and I'll cry if I want to. Michelle Martin, how you doing, Michelle? Cheer, Jason. Glad to be able to join live tonight. Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while, Michelle. Thanks for coming in. Let's see here. At least the Rangers do look great. So hopefully my hockey team, kicks some ass this year. I'm looking forward to that. 3 toes of fury. Yeah, just fucking sucks, man. Try being a Reds fan. Okay, Justin, you got me. Cubs, baby. Yeah, fucking Cubs. Okay. Everybody better switch to the Mariners. I mean, honestly, because I'm in Ohio, I'm kind of rooting for Cleveland, the Cleveland Guardians, to maybe go a little bit far in the playoffs. But the Cleveland Guardians, every time they make the playoffs, they have to run through the Yankees. And they just seem to never be able to beat the Yankees. So they're already down one. They're already down one game to the Yankees already. I don't know who's winning tonight. Are they playing tonight? So we'll see. Can we get an ear check before you judge those pores? An ear check. I'm not sure what that means. Can we get an ear check? An ear check before those pores. Cleveland. Yeah, Cleveland Indians. I still like to call them Indians. Bro, I will unsubscribe you right now. Let's see here. Go Lightning. Greetings all. Try having your team blow an 8-1 lead and get knocked out of the playoffs. Yeah, that was tough for the Mariners. And I think once the infield and the outfielder crashed into each other, that was it. It was over. Let's see here. Ricky Bobby, your Mets shit the bed. That's actually a nice way to put it, Ricky. They really did. Let's see here. Your Mets shit the bed. Yeah. Jason is the best whiskey tuber. Oh, thanks, Dungeons and Drams. That's all. Dungeons and Drams. Have your team lose 96 games. Arg. I mean, I do follow the Blue Jackets as well, just because they, when I first moved here to Ohio, there was actually a lot of ex-Rangers, and John Tortorella was the coach. That's no longer the case, but Blue Jackets have, they seem to have a good team too. So, who's winning the? Is anybody? What are the MLB scores right now? Let's see what we got here. So Philly is still 0-0. Philly and Atlanta still 0-0. San Diego and LA are tied. Cleveland and New York. When is game 2? Is that tomorrow, that game? Oh, it's tomorrow, that game. Got it. I didn't know there was a break. I thought they were playing right in a row. Okay. Interesting. All right. We'll see what happens. You guys can keep me posted on what's happening in the other games. Working hard, pace yourself, brother. Thanks for all you do. Appreciate that, Mark Mays. Thanks for that nice big super chat. All right. Cuba says Friday night. Yeah, Friday night. All right, man. I'll be watching. Okay. Oh, it's gonna get rained out. You saying, Cuba? Okay, we'll see what happens. But all right, let's check out the poll. Let's see what we got. It looks like the winner by 2% will be the ECBP C922, which I kind of thought was going to win. I've heard really good things about it. I'll have probably a full review of that bottle tomorrow because I have to do my annual. Maybe Jason will fall off the chair, put all three of them against each other in a blind, and see what wins, review. So that'll probably drop either tomorrow or Friday. We'll see what happens. And then following that, we'll do the Midwinter's Night Strand, the Encore. And then following that, it looks like we're going to drop into the Jack Daniel's Toasted Cask. So nice opening drams tonight. Let's see here. I'm not watching this here. Says there's only one fan base I could talk shit. The one who wins the World Series. Way too early to give Mets fans shit. Yeah, well, when there's all that like shit that goes on in the seasons, in between, not the seasons, but in between the divisions, it's hard not to talk shit. So, all right. These are out. It's football season. Yep, football season. By the way, my fucking Falcons got robbed because Tom Brady got thrown to the ground too hard. Piece of shit. Unbelievable. Fifth quarter tailgate. Sorry, I missed your super chat. Where's yours, man? Go up. There it is. Of course, because you just had to write "Go Yankees." Cheers, fifth quarter tailgate. Appreciate you, man. Yeah. 006 Braves and Phillies go Braves. All right, so let's open this up. So for those of you that have not seen this yet or had this, I know there's already been a few reviews on this. I didn't get it till just last week. Ohio used to get these real early, like September would hit, and like the first or second week of September, we would get this. We seem to be getting these a little bit later now, so we have to wait a little bit longer to get this. I mean, it's still October, so it's not too bad, but I can't complain because some states are like a couple months behind on some of these releases. So I'm not really sure why the releases for these are so sporadic. But barrel proof C922. This one 124.8 for this one. So now, I'm not going to compare it to any of the old ones tonight because I definitely need to save my palate for a little bit later for hour number 2. But I kind of remember how those drank. A122 definitely drank a little hot, but I did like the flavors in it. B522 was probably one of the easiest sipping Elijah Craig barrel proofs I've ever had, but I did really like it. I think it just got better and better every time I went back to it. So now we'll see how this one falls. So here we go. And let me know in the chat what you guys are sipping tonight. As always, let me know what you're sipping along with me. And thanks for hanging out. It's gonna be a fun night tonight. Yep, that was a horrible call against the Falcons. I just hope it happens against Garoppolo before they change the rule again. Right? Yeah, Colorado is usually 6 months behind, says Thunder Dan. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. All right, let's go to the nose on this. Adam is sipping C922 with me. Oh, that's awesome, man. Nice to see that, as always. Let's see here. Oh, I missed another super chat. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Yeah, it's the double base. Justin Jenkins is sipping that one up. How good is the Jack Daniels picks, guys? Whoever the patrons that got them, the one up or the Jack Man, come on. Those two are hitters. I think people are loving that one up, though. Oh, so immediately on the nose. Wow. Wow, that is dark and rich. This, at least right now, the first go around, the first smell of it, this isn't coming off as sweet as B522 from what I remember, and it's not coming off as bright as A122. A122 I felt like, yeah, it was a 12-year, but I mean, maybe there could have been some younger blended stuff in there. It just came off a little bit brighter and harsher. Man, there is what the hell is that note that I'm getting? Oh my gosh. I mean, it's like some like crazy mix of like cherry and like burnt caramel, but like almost a little too burnt. Damn, dude. Ben Hernandez says, drank my peanut butter sandwich. Jackman now killing a 1792 foolproof. Yeah, that Jackman does taste like a peanut butter jelly banana sandwich for sure. Drinking emergency, says Rob Ziller. He got a cold after last night's stream. Poor guy. Yeah, last night we picked a barrel craft spirits pick. We got two barrels for the club. We got a we picked up a barrel craft spirits finished in Oloroso sherry, and the other one we got is finished in Madeira cask. So, well, I'm sorry, is it Marsala or Madeira? I don't remember. One of those two, but both of them are friggin' delicious. So this has this old oak, blah, 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 old oak, bitter chocolate, dark chocolate. I mean, man, that's good. That's right, Adam. Justin says, "Don't blame me for two barrels." I am blaming you. All right, I'm gonna try this because I have a feeling this nose is gonna open up more. All right, cheers, guys. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Here we go. Mm, mm, mm. Oh, holy hell. Okay. Probably the darkest profile Elijah Craig barrel proof that I've tried in a while, compared to the newer releases coming out. Caramel, yeah, Madeira. It's a Madeira cast, not a Masala. Dustin been watching that video of the drummer. Yeah, that guy was crazy. Wow, this takes me back to this is one of the more deep oak forward Elijah Craig barrel proofs that I've had in a while. It's not overly sweet. This is more dark, it's rich, it's dense, and it's oak forward. So when you hear 12-year barrel proof, and that's the thing I felt like some of the recent releases have been missing is a real nice punch of oak. I feel like the oak's there, but it's just a little brighter. This is deep, dark, and rich. This is Jason. Is there any part of you that feels ECBP and larceny round proof coming out 3 times a year is saturating the bourbon market? JC, that's a good question. I was actually having this conversation the other day with my buddy Brian Tracy over at Sagamore. How we were thinking, how it seems like in today's whiskey market, you have kind of two opposite ends of the spectrum, and then you have a bunch of stuff in between. You have, I think, the folks that like to go into a liquor store, they buy their regular shelfers, whether it be, Wild Turkey, Cooper's Craft, 1792, your Old Foresters, kind of like, they play the hits, the ones that they always like to go to, and the ones that are always available. Then you have like most of us, like most of you guys that are probably watching this channel right now, are the guys that are out and the guys and girls that are out like looking for limited releases and limited editions. And I think the more and more of those that keep coming out and they just keep coming out, we have this gap in the middle of a saturated market where there's, I mean, 1.5 million whiskeys that are sourced by MGP. There are craft distilleries. There are craft distilleries that are coming of age that are kind of in between, anywhere in like that 40 to 70 to $80 range that just kind of sit. And I don't think they're sitting because they're bad whiskeys or bourbons overall. I think they're sitting because it's just too much and people don't know where to go and where to reach. So it's either you're on like one end of the spectrum or you're on the other, you're on that limited, side of the spectrum. Now, if you're the drinker that likes to enjoy, like for me, I like to enjoy a shelfer, but I like to explore those whiskeys in the middle. But gosh darn it, I'm gonna fucking go and chase some of those limited releases as well. But not everyone's doing that. So I think when you kind of look at the overall market, you have kind of this big gap in between. But I think 6 times a year for Elijah Craig and Larceny Barrel Proof, to answer your question, it is a lot. And unfortunately, I think it's not that it gets lost. I think that true, like, us like, whiskey nerds, we know when these are coming out. We kind of follow them. We like to get each one because they all are a little bit different. But if you don't know that, and you kind of miss them, again, I think they kind of end up falling into that middle ground for whatever reason. But a large crate barrel proof, I think overall the 12-year past strength, will always be a true value of whiskey, and I truly hope it stays that way. Oh shit, Keith, thank you so much, man. Just appreciate what you do. Damn, you guys are coming in big with the super chats tonight. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. Let's see here. Hey, Sunny Evening Scotch is here. Braves are up 2-0. Okay, good for them. They already lost one game. They better tie it up. So yeah, so that was kind of a mini rant. Yeah, I think that's where I struggle because it just seems to put me in a hard place when it comes to finding some gems in the middle. Yeah, and that's the thing. I think those gems in the middle are the really hard ones to find and pick out. And really, the only way to do that is to either go to a bar, go to a friend's house, and that's I think the beauty of whiskey. Like, have some, do some bottle shares so people could share and try different shit before they spend all their money. Boomer, great kindness. Usually, the second one's good whiskey. Have you able to spend time with them? Absolutely. Thanks, Boomer. Old man, your name got longer, Boomer. I'm trying to follow that up. Man, this Elijah Craig barrel proof is just ridiculous. Um, I mean, it's not anything surprising, guys. I mean, what can I say? There's no like new flavors you're gonna find in it. It's heavy vanilla extract, heavy but like a burnt caramel. But this one is oak forward to me. I think it's gonna be interesting when you compare it to the other two this year, how this one fares and goes against that one. If you like a little bit more of an oak profile, then man, this 12-year, this Elijah Craig barrel proof C922. It's getting a little bit sweeter. My palate's getting used to it, so I'm still looking for that long finish. It kind of dies the finish, but then it comes back and it leaves that rye spice that just kind of lingers right there. That's a beautiful Elijah Craig barrel proof. That's oh man, it's hard to kind of put that into context against some of my other favorites. So for those of you in the chat that have had this Elijah Craig barrel proof so far, are you getting more of the oak forwardness that I'm getting? Have you taken a few more sips? Has it opened up? Has it gotten a little bit sweeter? Because I don't think this is nearly as sweet as B522 is. Yeah, I think it's definitely less sweet. I think this just comes in more of like traditional. It almost like it gets like to the borderline of like one of the like the old pirate bottles where it's like heavy oak. It doesn't have the funky oak that those do, and I don't think it has nearly the flavor monster that those are. But this is more oak forward. Yeah, it's not overly tannic or drying with that much oak. And I think that's the big surprising part, and that's a good point that Nicholas brought up. Let me throw that on the screen here. It's not overly tannic. It doesn't dry out your palate, and you would think it might because of all that oak. But I'm getting a really nice balance of sweet. I'm just getting some, a good amount of oak. I'm still getting like the bitter chocolate note, which you would think would also add to some dryness, but that's not doing it either. Kind of just keeping it even keel. You get enough sweet, but there's still, I think, more oak involved here. Yeah, way less sweet than B5. The oak is all up front. Nice bounce is a good spice in the finish. Yeah, that's I think the only complaint that someone may have about that one is that it might just not be sweet enough, but we'll see how it opens up. Again, I'm going to try this out again on Friday. I'll probably have another pour of this tomorrow. Let it open up a little bit more, and then by Friday, kind of do all three of them head to head and see what happens. So yeah, that's going to be a good one. All right, C922. It'll be interesting. Oh man, this is getting better on the nose too, guys. Oh, that is such delicious sweet oak on the nose. Damn. You know what? I would like to put this against the Woodford 118. See how it fares. That might have to be another double bay, a different one. Man, got a lot of double bases to film. Shit, there's a lot of good matchups that could go back and forth. But I mean, yeah, this one could, that one could make a run in the top 10 this year. Maybe. I mean, I still got to go through the list, but man, that's good. That's a nice batch. Like I said, oak forward. It's still sweet. It's very traditional. Elijah Craig barrel proof flavors. A little bit more oak than sweet. Nice spice on the finish, but everything's kind of up front. I will say it dies a little mid palate, and then the finish just comes in. So it's all up front. It's kind of soft in the middle, and then all the spice on the back end of that one. So, but yeah, damn good. All right, I'm going to yeah, it's got Nicola. It's got like a little. I'm not gonna go as far as say like that dusty funk that you get on the pirate bottles, but it's got like this old vanilla extract type, almost like a stale vanilla extract. Like it's like your grandma left it in the cupboard too long and it's been sitting there for like 10 years. Let's see. All right. I don't think you'll like that sour mash after the ECBP. Yeah, I think I just kind of killed it because the sour mash is like 80 proof. The Michter Sour Mash is yeah, it's only 86 proof. I wasn't really crazy about the last release when they did it because of the low proof, but again, I mean, you got to think of the of just Michter's and what they put out, the proof points, what they put out, and what they're looking for as far as people that are going to buy that whiskey. Most of us that are buying that whiskey is not looking for proof monsters. They're looking for something very sweet and approachable. And I think most of Michter's whiskeys kind of do that. So, all right, second place in the poll, Midwinter's Night's Dram, the Encore. All right, so let me just give a little bit of background on this because I think there was some confusion in the chat when I was looking at it. So there are two separate releases this year. All right, Midwinter's Night's Dram, the Encore, and you have the regular, the Act 10. They did the Encore because it is the 10-year anniversary. Again, non-age stated. Act 10 is 49.3% ABV, 150 bucks for this one. It's kind of dropping now. The 10th edition is same thing. Combination of ruby and tawny port barrel maturation. And the difference with the Encore, same thing. Now this one goes up a tick in proof. You're at 50.8, 150 bucks for this one as well. And you're looking at a different finish on this. You're looking at white port barrels. So white port versus the ruby and tawny port. We'll see how this goes. Let me kind of throw this up here. You guys can check out the bottle here. So you see down here on the bottom where it says the Encore. So that's kind of how batch one. And as I stated before, 50.8% ABV. So crack this open. America. Oh, I just cracked my cracked my microphone. All right, here we go. Let's pour this. I'm excited to try this one, guys. I'll do a full review of this as well at some point. Fall time is crazy because there's so much shit comes out and you have to try to keep up. But I like doing these first tastes with you guys live because generally I don't like doing a fresh pop on a review just because I feel like the whiskey definitely needs to, do its airtime thing, open up a little bit, and then get a true review. When I try it again for the second time. But is it Mitch's Night Dram for adults? No, I mean normally no Sunday eating scotch. The four-gate. Oh shit! Wow, that nose just kind of stopped me in my tracks. Ooh, ooh, that's a different nose for that. Hmm. I mean, this isn't like the cinnamon and dark fruit that you're used to with the regular Minter's Night Dram, which is the ruby and tawny port. You could smell the grape. You could smell apple, candied apple. There's like ginger snap cookies on this too. Oh, I'm digging that. So the ginger snap cookie is actually something that I get sometimes in the other the regular Midwinter's Night's Dram. Whiskey Mountains, yes, that's a perfect way to put it. It is. It's less Christmassy. This one is almost like summertime, springtime whiskey. It's very light, bright, fruity. It's not dark. Doesn't have those dark flavors. Yeah, it's like all grape and like pear. I'm getting a lot of pear and apple in here too. This is nice. On them, just like it's a complete like flip of what you're used to with the Midwinter's Night's Dram. Yeah, it's Christmas in July. Yeah, it's like a summertime whiskey. I like this. Try it. Here we go. Man, even though yeah, pear, Jimmy McGill, not hair. Pear. Sorry. Yeah, Kelsey Dime, I agree. That 922, that Elijah Barrel Proof is if you like oak, that's the shit right there. It'd be interesting to kind of put that against the Heaven Hill 17 and see how it comes out because that's way more oaky for sure. Yeah, this is it's like candied. I don't know. Is there such thing as like a you know how they have like caramel apple? This has a very distinct pear note to it for me. Very pear forward. I get grape. The grape is there, I think, from the port. It does have a sneaky little peppery finish from the rye. I could appreciate this about this because sometimes the Midwinter's Night Strams I felt like was over finished at times. I think that's why people love it. That's what kind of people gravitated towards it for. But this, I think, is kind of the same. This is more on the side where you're not getting an overly finished product. The rye is still very prevalent. You get all the spice. There is some cinnamon, a little allspice in the back end, the black tea, all of that. A little bit of mint as well. But I think the fruit forwardness that it has, just like that candied pear and a little bit of hint of like white grape. That's nice. Oh yeah, I gotta take off that poll. Good call. Thanks, Brett. Let me turn you off. All right. Haven't had this one. Let's see here. It's one of the closest I've come to liking a rye. Says Whiskey Mountains. What? That's like what? But makes me wonder if big rye lovers would like it as much. I've always felt that Midwinters is a very soft rye. It is. I mean, let's be honest. It's not like a punch you in the face rye. It's sweet. It's savory. It's got a lot of very sweet flavors that are more forward than what the rye spice gives you. And I think that's why people really enjoy it. And again, these have been coming out for 10 years. And back then, I think, people were, High West was killing the game with these releases because of how good a finished rye is. That just kind of, I've been loving finished ryes lately. So that's why I can't wait to put it up against some of those other ones and see how it does. Drink water. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty mellow on the palate. I would agree, but this is a super crushable rye whiskey. Absolutely. Just completely crushable. Kyle Barons, thanks to the great comment. Jason recently went to Nelson's and met Charlie Nelson, talked about their history that I learned from your channel. Pretty cool connecting with the bourbon community. Yeah, the Nelson Charlie Nelson, the Nelson brothers, they're great guys. So it's really cool to see how their brand is evolving. Can't wait to see what comes out in the future. Um, yeah, exactly. Pigs are starting to fly. Whiskey Mountains actually. Well, she didn't say all the way though. She said somewhat. Yeah, the moneymaker on this whiskey, guys, is that pop of like candy and pear. like that candied pear, and then the spice on the back end of it. I mean, I'll say it's not like the most complex whiskey I've ever had. It's very like maybe 3, 4 notes. You really get a lot of the rye spice on the back end, but man, that ginger, like that ginger snap cookie, um, along with the fruit, the pear, maybe a little bit of apple as well, and the grape just really play well together. So this is a really nice blended, not blend. Well, it is blended, but it's a really nice finished rye from High West. I was very skeptical of this one, but I may like this one better than some of the midwinters ones as well. So yeah, digging that one. Yeah, I have not tasted that one yet. I have to message maybe Dixon, maybe if I get a sample or something to do a review. But it's not, everywhere. So I think it's just Kentucky and maybe one other state. It's not a big distribution model for that one quite yet. But if anyone in Kentucky comes across one, give me a call. Shoot me an email, message me. What's the best pour Dusty Dan pulled out for you? It was definitely what was the bourbon we had last night, Dusty? What was it? Was it the Dowling? It was like a Dowling, like 14 or 15-year-old bourbon from like the 1940s or 50s. I forgot what it is, but it's it was ridiculously good. Second place, we were drinking on that Mount Vernon rye, which we all put a hurting on. That rye is like drinking just pure candy. It's like a Werther's original candy. Just delicious stuff. Really, really good. Yo, what's up, Whiskey Saint? That is Mr. Darrell Stewart. How you guys doing? Uh, favorite rise. Favorite rise. Yeah. Just like regular findable rye whiskeys. It's hard to always, rule out Pikesville. I think really though my new favorite rye has been Sagamore, all the Sagamore stuff. Not just because I'm wearing the shirt, but because Sagamore ryes are it's like kind of everything I've been looking for in a rye whiskey. It's got sweet, it's got spice, it's extremely mouth coating, and I'm looking at my shelf and I just realized I'm wearing a Sagamore shirt. But yeah, the Sagamore ryes are incredible. I think it's a shame that not a lot of people or not enough people have tried what Sagamore's putting out, because I think you could go toe to toe with some of the, you know, any ryes that are on the shelf, honestly, with the blend of low rye and high rye. A lot of the finishes they do, they have a cask strength, they have a low proofer, for cocktails or for easy sipping. They have the double oaked, which is just a delicious whiskey in itself. Um, but then you have others. Like I said, you have Pikesville, you have I think Rittenhouse is one that nobody really talks about anymore. Some great ryes. Old Scout are putting out great ryes. There's a ton of them. Michter's, the barrel strength Michter's and the Michter's 10-year are two of my favorite ryes that always come across. Um, so yeah. Oh, what is it? Hard Truth, the Hard Truth Sweet Mash Rye, very new brand. Their ryes that they're coming out with are absolutely delicious. So yeah, everything. Here's Jason, top shelf lemons. Holy crap! He's going 12 years. He's going 12 hours straight. Damn, Scotch Down Under is a beast. Yeah, Sagamore faux show. Kelsey and I totally agree. Yeah, that Sagamore 8-year is ridiculous. It is so damn good. Actually, average drinker, Dara put it in a recent video she did. I think the beginning of this week she did a head to head. It was rare breed rye versus the Wild Turkey rare breed rye versus that Sagamore 8-year, and she chose the 8-year, and it's really that good. Um, yeah, Pikesville rye, rare breed rye is very good. I totally agree. Bourbon Bill, I'm all in on Sagamore. The double oak and Singer cask strength I have are fire. Nashville barrel rye. It's another really good call out. Um, First rule about Sagamore double oak rye is that we don't talk about it. Yeah, I'm not. I feel like I've said enough about it. I'm not gonna mention it anymore. Then you have like the Peerless rye, which is like when they do the distillery picks. Some of those could be freaking amazing. I feel like Catoctin Creek, even though it's on the crafty side, I really like the ryes that they're making these days. There's just so many good ryes now. Um, Angel's Envy rye, it's a little too sweet for me, but I see why people like it. Holy shit, it's 9:42 already. Jesus Lord, where's the time going? All right, I'll let you guys choose here in the chat real quick because I'm going to do one of these. So these are the Jack Daniels Distiller. If you guys remember the Tennessee Tasters, that's kind of what these are now. Jack Daniels sent these to me. I haven't tried these yet. So one of these is a rye whiskey finished in high toast maple barrels, and one of these is a rye whiskey finished in high toast oak barrels. So in the chat, I need you guys to write either maple or oak to vote for which one I'm going to open right now. And then while I'm trying that glass, we're going to get into a little bit of news here. Of course. Well, they're both high toast. So is it oak or maple? Oak or maple? Oak, 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 maple, oak. Maple, 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 high toast oak, says Dusty Dan. Try the non-maple finish. All right, looks like most people are. Oh no, holy shit! All the maples just came in. Oak is better, people are saying. All right, well, since Dusty Dan shared some old ass whiskey, I'll try the non-maple. I'll just go with the straight oak just to see how it is. So here we go. Gotta love the screw cap. Man, that's dark. Jack Daniels shit is so dark lately. Look at that color, guys. Look at that. Ooh, look at that, baby. That is some dark. Oh my lord. Holy marshmallows, Batman. All right. So while we are about to taste this, we are about maybe 17 minutes out from round 2 of Blendageddon. Let's get into a little bit of news and what's to see at the TTB. All right, guys, we're going to drop a little music right now while we go through some of these. So some big news coming in the whiskey sphere this week. Let me get to some of these news stories here. First and foremost, I do want to thank everyone that's been supporting the channel lately. I'm getting close to 75,000 subscribers. I just hit 71 and change. Moving my way up the ladder here. Thank you guys so much for all the support, all the patrons that have supported me as well. Hope you enjoyed all the picks. And there's a lot more to come from the Mash and Drum. I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but that just kind of happened. So let's get back into the news here. If anyone hasn't yet, please subscribe, like this video while you're hanging out. It definitely helps the channel when people find me on the YouTubes. So first one up, do we need another Basil Hayden? Yes, you do, because this one's coming, guys. It's the Basil Hayden red wine cask finish. I know you guys want to know the details of this because you just want to run this, so wait online to get this shit. You ready? To make this bourbon, 8th generation master distiller Freddie No blended the signature Basil Hayden bourbon with bourbon partially aged in California red wine casks. Again, bottled at 80 proof. Will enter retail locations for a suggested retail price of $60. The limited time release will be available at fine wine spirit retailers nationwide. Notes via the brand: dried fruit notes with cherry, vanilla, toasted oak. Flavors of sweet ambrosia. I don't think I've seen that one yet. Are complemented by complex levels of charred oak. All right, so complex levels of charred oak in a Basil Hayden. I don't believe you. I don't believe you, Basil Hayden. Oh, this is getting better and better. All right, next one up, guys. I think a very underrated release each and every fall. One that I'm hoping to get this year. Widow Jane the Vaults, 14 years old. Now, this release, let me find the press release for this real quick, guys. Where is that one? That was the Basil Hayden. So yeah, so this is a, let's see here. Oh, here we go. 14-year-old. It's a blend of Tennessee and Indiana. I know maybe the Dickel will throw some people off. The price for this one though is pricey, $250. It's limited, as always. This is the 4th release of the Vaults, an annual fall release. This is some of the rarest whiskey that Widow Jane has in its stocks. Apparently, the whiskey in this bottle ranges from 14 to 19 years old, and then it's finished in Missouri Ozark oak casks that were air seasoned for 3 years. So last year, the Vaults was kind of a highly touted release, and now we have this one this year that sounds pretty good. I might be on the lookout for that. If I can find it for retail, I might buy it to try it out. But Widow Jane, the Vaults, I mean, crazy shit. Oh shit, we got Women of Whiskeys became a new Drumline member. Thank you guys so much. I should be hanging out with Women of Whiskeys, I think, after this to celebrate their 1-year anniversary. At $2.50, I'm out. Eye-catching Black Label. I'm looking forward to the Basil Hayden cigar blend, and you know this will happen. The Lucky 13 is dog water, so I'm out on the Fair. I'm out on the Fair Widow. Oh, the Lucky 13. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that either, man. I'm with you, Jed. I'm with you on that one. All right, next up, we got a bunch of smoky whiskey releases. This press release just dropped literally about 10 minutes before I went live, or at least when I saw it. Ardbeg. Ardbeg, this is being touted from Ardbeg as its smokiest whiskey ever. This is called the Hypernova. Now, if you guys remember, they did a Supernova a few years ago, and I think even before that, they had a Supernova release. This is the Ardbeg committee release that usually comes out cask strength, but then they usually roll out a lower proof variant of it that follows. So Dr. Bill Lumsden, you know, the Ardbeg Director of Distilling and Whiskey Creation, says that this is without a doubt the smokiest Ardbeg ever. We wanted to push the boundaries this time and boldly go where Ardbeg has never ventured before. A hypernova is a collapsing star explosion so powerful it threatens the fabric of the galaxy. Well, I don't think this whiskey will tear a hole in space of time. It's certainly bursting with fantastically peaty flavor. 170 ppm, so that's peat parts per million on the peat scale, if you guys are into that. This is, let's see here. Well, the most heavily peated whiskey ever recorded was the Octomore 8.3, which is at 309. So it doesn't really come close to that. But 51% ABV. Price for this one will be about $211 in the States. So I don't know if you Pete heads are off of that. Let's see, you guys going to Ardbeg taste. I agree. So for me, the last couple of years, the Ardbeg committee releases have been, I don't really think they've been anything special. I don't think I've had a special one since Dark Cove. The Ardbeg Black was kind of close. I really enjoyed that one. But unfortunately, my light fell and my bottle broke, and my whiskey room smelled like peated smoke for about a week, which wasn't that terrible. Then this one also was announced, the Lagavulin 11 edition. This is the next Offerman edition. Now, Nick Offerman, every year, not every year, but since about like 2 or 3 years, he's put out one. This is the third one. So he's had two before. We had an 11-year, and then we had the stout cask, the Guinness cask finish. That was last year, which I really did enjoy. This is the third single malt Scotch whiskey, kind of created by Mr. Nick Offerman himself. So what is in this one? This is the smokiest creation. Man, this is a real kind of theme here tonight. Aged 11 years. This is a whiskey aged in American and European oak casks that are shaved down, then heavily recharred, posing the perfect pairing for well-barked, medium rare steak. So Nick Offerman says that this is a whiskey you're going to want to enjoy with a beautiful steak. MSRP of $80. And let's see here. Like I said, there was, I think that's about it. If you guys want more information on it, basically Ardbeg and Nick Offerman made like this movie trailer for that Lagavulin. Like he had to go on this mission in order to create this whiskey. And basically, well, I won't ruin it for you, but it's on YouTube now if you guys want to check it out. It's just Nick Offerman is fucking one of the great. He's a national, he's a national treasure. and we should all love Nick Offerman. He's amazing. So, yeah, awesome YouTube for the Lagavulin. Totally get it. And somebody brought up the Octomores, and here they are. These are the new Octomores, the 13s. I'll run through the maturation real quick here, guys, because these are all different. Octomore 13.1 is 5 years old, $220. This is first fill bourbon before finishing in fresh first fill bourbon oak casks. So that's all bourbon maturation. Octomore 13.2, again, 5 years old, 58.3% ABV. This one's a little bit more expensive. You're going to $260 for this one. 100% Scottish barley. This is aged entirely in Oloroso sherry. And then to finish it off, the Octomore 13.3, again, 5 years old. This one will take you up to $300, but it's also 61.1% ABV. It's malted to a slightly lower 129.2% or 2 ppm, I should say. First fill bourbon barrels, as well as, man, how do you even say that? Rivasaltes, which is a dessert wine made in France's Languedoc region, and Ribera del Duero casks. So I probably butchered all those pronunciations because I'm not French, but I'm just saying, I think the reason why that's $300 is because, one, it's an Octomore, and two is because I'm sure to get those casks to mature were pretty damn expensive. So, yeah, there's a lot of that. And in a complete twist of fate, for more tater bait, here comes the next wanted beer for everyone. It is the new E.H. Taylor Sierra Nevada Bigfoot Bourbon. That's right. This is not Photoshop. This is a real thing. Sierra Nevada and Buffalo Trace has collaborated on Sierra Nevada's highest ABV beer ever, an ale aged in Colonel E.H. Taylor bourbon barrels. This marks the first national beer collaboration for E.H. Taylor, which is under the Buffalo Trace umbrella of whiskey brands. 15% ABV on this one, 750 milliliter bottles. Look at that. You get a beautiful tube, just like Colonel E.H. Taylor whiskey. And then on top of that, you'll pay for about, I think the retail price on this is about $30, but these are actually going on secondary market for about $120 a bottle. So again, anything tied to Buffalo Trace is not going to hide from the glory of the secondary market. I'm just saying. Saucy Shane says, I want this beer so bad. So, yeah, no thanks on the beer. Epic has an awesome lineup for this fall and winter coming out. Thoughts on Frank-August? I can't say I've had much of their stuff, Michael, so couldn't really help you with that one. Was Blue Note Las Notas a distillery release only? Blue Note. Oh, it might have been. It might have been HR Bartender. Emmanuel says, fuck secondary. Don't care. Not Blanton's. F yo Buffalo. Leave it on the wall. Unfortunately, probably a lot of those beers aren't going to get drank because people will just kind of collect them instead. But, you know, that's the era of whiskey we are in. I think we're all a little bit, we're all a little bit guilty of some of that, here and there. But if I got a beer like that, I'm drinking that shit. I'm not going to hold on to that. I'm drinking it. And a couple of new labels that came up on the TTV that I just want to call out. One of them is the Castle and Key, the Wool Gatherer, designed for daydreaming. Not sure what that means. But this is a rye whiskey finished in Vino de Naranja barrels, which is an orange liqueur. 100, looks like it says 109 proof on this one. It's weird, though. The back of this label says neutral grain spirits on the back. So I'm not really sure if that's just for position only or if that's actually a real thing. It says rye whiskey, but on the back of the label, it says neutral grain spirit. So I don't really understand that that labeling. Is this supposed to be kind of a liqueur type thing? Is it a mixer? I'm not really sure. More to come on that one. The Buckner Augusta Distillery, a Kentucky distillery, is coming out with the Buckner's 15-year single barrel unfiltered cask strength. If you guys remember, they did come out with a 13-year. That one I think was retailing for like $200 to $250. That thing was all over Ohio, and it was just sitting on shelves for the longest time. It's basically sourced Barton The last one I know they were sourcing it from Barton 1792 distillery. Not sure if that's the same. It does say Bardstown, sourced from Bardstown, so good possibility. So we'll see about that one. Being that price, knowing Augusta and the prices beforehand, that's probably going to be a $250 to $300 bottle. And at that price, I could get Calumet 16 for $130. See you later, Augusta. You got to do better on pricing. Hidden Barn. Hidden Barn looks like they're coming out with a wheated bourbon mash bill, 56 ABV, 100 proof. It literally looks like a 2-year-old wrote those numbers on the bottom of the label. Not really sure what's happening with that label. It looks like they're coming out with a wheater. Then Hidden Barn looks like they're coming out with their first finish, a Madeira cask finish, 104 proof. So it looks like Hidden Barn is already quickly expanding into different variations of their whiskeys, whether it be a wheated whiskey, a wheated bourbon. Now we have our first finished bourbon whiskey coming from out of Hidden Barn. So again, more stuff coming out of the Neely family distillery along with Jackie Zykin. We'll see how those turn out. And then one that I'm pretty excited for Sealbox. My buddy Blake over at Sealbox. It looks like he's coming out with a 15-year-old straight bourbon whiskey from Sealbox. Obviously, this is sourced. It looks like it's distilled in Bardstown. So if you kind of do the math, it could be either Heaven Hill, it could be Barton, it's definitely not Willet. But if it was Willet, it'd be like, $1,000 probably, or $1,500. But we'll see what comes of that. Anything a high age like that, hopefully it's a good price, it's affordable, if you like stuff from Sealbox. So that is it. Now, the Hidden Barn logo looks like, this is a great quote. What's up, EJ? And if Lily is watching, the beautiful little bulldog. Hi, Lily. Wow, this Jack Daniel's High Toast. We might be 3 for 3 tonight. All three of these are really good whiskeys. So on the nose on this Jack Daniel's, now that it's been sitting a little while. Yeah, this is marshmallow, vanilla. A lot of marshmallow. It's sweet. Toasted marshmallows all day long on this. Man. Damn. That is really nice. And then on the palate, really good spice. A lot of that marshmallow comes through as well. You get that Jack. I'm not really getting any banana on this at all. None of that like Jack Daniel's banana note. This is it coming in a little bit more of a nutty profile, but to go along with like that toasty vanilla, getting a lot of good oak, like some more of that sweet oak punch I was getting. Damn. That Dusty Dan, you were right. This is pretty solid. Sunday evening scotch. Dude, you got the one up, dude. How good is that? It's probably the most fruit forward Jack Daniel's pick I've had. That's why I wanted that barrel so bad. William, have you been able to get any Buzzard's Roost? Yeah, I got one right here, right on the barrel. I'm a big fan of Buzzard's Roost. I love what they do. This bottle, which is their cast strength bourbon, might be a sleeper for top 10 this year. We'll see once I start, picking my whiskeys for the end of the year. We'll see what happens. Yeah, this is nice. So this is aged in charred white oak barrels, then finished in our proprietary high toast, no char oak barrels. 101 proof, good proof point on it. Released July 2022. Wow, just getting them now? Okay. It's got a lot of rye spice to it. It's got a lot of just like black pepper to it. It's dark, it's rich, little molasses there on it. Little dark caramel, and again that dark marshmallow note on it. Man, if you're a fan of toasted whiskeys, Jack Daniel's has like this incredible way of doing, like they don't excuse me, they don't do what everyone's doing. It's like, okay, they didn't put out a toasted variant like everyone else was, and now they do. And it just fucking knocks it out of the park. They had a rye, a cast strength rye. Everyone was kind of doing that. They decided to put that out. Fucking killed it. I mean, Jack Daniels, I mean, it's just like every like specialty thing that they do to their whiskey that kind of takes you out of that zone of what we're used to. It's just a hitter. I'm not going to say all of them are hitters, but most of them are really good. I mean, man. Just damn. That's nice. All right, real quick. I always like to go back to, I'm going to go back to the Ardbeg barrel proof here. Oof. I just want to see how this opened up a little bit in the glass. That ECBP C922 is getting sweeter and sweeter now. Just as I was hoping, more of the sweet notes are coming up. Oh, guys, that Ardbeg barrel proof C922 is fucking good. I can't even. Damn, that's a killer bourbon. This just like all bourbon should taste like. Just tastes like that. Just tastes like that. I'll be happy. That's all I need. Agree. Jack Daniels makes some really amazing stuff. It's still a shock to me because it's so hard to move past that traditional idea of them. And I think that's a big part of it, Audriana. Yep. Jack Daniels better than Buffalo Shit Distillery. Jason, saw a 14-year Lucky 7 hold-up, not proprietary yesterday. Nothing on their website. The hold-up. Yeah, that one's actually not bad. Actually, no, I don't think I've had the 14-year hold-up, now that I think about it. Yeah, nothing on their website about it? Really? Just, you know what? Just email them. They're pretty good at getting back to you. I wonder if Blue Note will do a collab with Natty Light. Maybe. Oh, shit, the Bourbon Wrench is here, of course, with his typical Go Braves. Guys, we've had 3 really good whiskeys, but it's time to taste 7 more. 7 more whiskeys tonight. I was saving up my palate a little bit because it's about to hit round 2 of Blendageddon. Guys, I'm going to set this up, and while that's going on, you guys can get all pumped up. Because here it comes. Get ready. Oh, yeah. I know you guys are pumped up. So in that trailer, we saw the names who is in the running tonight. Real quick, guys, let me show you the bracket just one more time in case you guys missed it. So this is the latest bracket. As we saw last week, Terrence Scott, Dusty Dan the Man Trout went to the next round. Adam Dorman with Redemption, getting a little redemption, moving on to the top 3. This week, William Davilar, Wise Guy, Whiskey Guy, Jimmy McGill, Cole Wolfson, AW, Eric McDaniels, and Rob Shields coming in to see out of those 7 who's going to get to the top 3 and make the finals. Keith, yeah, it's super dramatic. That's what we do. We got to make Blendageddon super dramatic. So, time to get down with it. Let me get some water here. I got the Mandalorians back on tonight. Let's see here. Time to rumble. Good luck, everybody. Really appreciate everyone, throwing in their blends. Gonna throw this up real quick, and let's get into this. So, let's see here. Look at this. Look at the colors of this, guys. Kind of like light, a little darker, friggin' mega dark. But then these are kind of like medium darkness. So you have like the color of the rainbow here of blends, and I'm loving every minute of it. So let me turn these around here so you guys can follow the letters. Again, these were poured blind. I know whose blends are in here, but I don't know which glass is which. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You saw the names in here. Let's dive in, guys. It's round 2 Blendageddon, and good luck to everyone that's in the bracket tonight. Let me know in the chat, who do you guys have coming out on top? Here we go. Oh my gosh, the first one. Whiskey Central, what's up? Yes, I am just starting the Blendageddon flight right now. Shayla the Whaler in the house. Oh my goodness. I think Robzilla did fall asleep. Did you guys see his keyboard, Robzilla? Did he fall asleep, or did he try to like lick his keyboard? What happened? What's going on? Is he sick? What's wrong with him? All right. This, on the first scent of the nose, I'm getting a lot of peach and apricot, which clues me into maybe a little bit of Irish whiskey in here. I like to try to call out at least what I think's in the blend, just to see if my nose is correct. But there's also a lot of fruit flavors in here, guys. I mean, not only is there like I'm getting like pineapple. This is a hell of a way to start off. This is an absolute like tropical fruit bomb on this. It's like juicy fruit gum in a glass. So whenever I smell an Irish whiskey or even a Scotch that has that type of a fruit-forward profile, I always get disappointed because usually they finish a little bit too easy. The palate goes a little bit, I don't know, gets a little bit too soft. This does not. So whatever this blend is, it gives you all those fruit-forward notes, but then it actually gives you a nice little spice on the back end. Eddie D, I don't smell any mellow corn. I don't smell any metal corn. Eddie D, I love that. That's a great comment. I'm guessing some Westland with some pineapple. Yeah, I mean, it could be American single malt. Those tend to get a little bit fruity as well. But man, there is a nice spice to this. Good proof point to it. A little bit of like chocolate that's creeping up as well. What's a beautiful blend. Oh man, that gives you all the things. And I know I like to say that, but it really does. It's sweet, it's spice, long finish, coats the palate. That's all you can ask for from a good whiskey. You don't want any of those spots to fall flat. And that one actually hits the mark on all of them. So shit, what a way to start it. And that's coming off of like ECBP, the Jack, going right into that. The first one always has kind of a tough job. So I'm drinking stuff beforehand. If that first one could stand out, pretty good indicator. 4-leaf whiskey, yeah, Blue Spot was kind of like what I went to a little bit. Man, like Blue Spot, and but then when I got that chocolate note, I'm like, man, could there be some American single malt in there? Could it be an older Irish whiskey in there? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see as we go. We'll find out. We're gonna find out eventually. All right, B. Jeffrey Whack Attack is in the house, guys. The show just got legit. All right, B here. Let's see what we got. Ooh, B. B is, I think we're still dealing with a little bit of single malt here in B. Whether it be an Irish or Scotch, that's what I need to kind of figure out. There's a lot of honey on the nose here. Man, a ton of honey. Lemon, like lemon cookies. This is taking me back to my grandma's lemon cookies. If a whiskey can do that, how does it not just automatically make it to the finals? Like that's man, that's that nose is insane. I feel like I'm getting a little hint of smoke on it as well. Is there something peated in here or slightly peated? Any Cinnabon on the nose? I'm not getting Cinnabon anywhere quite yet. There might be a little cinnamon on B here, but not a ton. Again, it's very fruit forward. It's bright. It's very citrusy. But there's a slight smokiness to this, I think, that's giving me vibes of maybe something slightly peated in here. So let's try it. Oh yeah, there's definitely something peated in there. If it's not peated, then it's like a younger Scotch with like that rawness to it. A lot of burnt toast, cinnamon, a little chocolate. Damn. Man, two completely different animals. It's like, which one do you go for? It's really going to come down to kind of like how the palate sticks to everything. But B is just bringing a ton of spice. Man, as I bring this up to my nose, I get a lot of orange, like burnt orange peel. This is coming across like a high proof, high age, like Highland Park Scotch. A lot of like citrus, honey, great finish on it. It's a little bit dark, a little smoky. Wow. Okay. You guys are bringing the let's see, bright. I got lemon, orange, a lot of honey, and toast. Yeah, that's that's really good. I'm not gonna go back to A yet. All right. All right. So hey, story time is Stilly's in the house. What's going on? Jason is a monster for Halloween that could guzzle all the whiskeys you throw at him. That's right, Copper Wolf. I am the monster. Copper Wolf, have you tried the did you try the Jack picks yet? Let me know, man. Oh, Braves win. Oh, well, that's good. They tied it. You're still 1-1. It's not like you're up, Blind Squirrel. Don't get too fucking cocky. Just saying. Lemon cookie sounds like larceny. That's a good call out, Kyle. Yeah, for sure. One Mo Cask is here. Get Strunk is here. What's going on, man? Nice to see you, buddy. Love seeing Shelby in the chat. What's going on, story time? Story time. I gotta get back to you. I think you texted me. I gotta text you. I was traveling the beginning of the week, so I was totally like off the grid. So, all right. C. We're getting into a little bit of a darker whiskey profile here. Kelsey Dime, that one up. The one up wasn't as fruity as I remember when we tasted it, when we picked it, but now it's like and if you guys know me, I've said like good Jack Daniel's single barrel proofs have like a fruit note to it, and that one is just getting fruitier as it goes along. Long finish, the one up barrel. The Jack Man's good, but it's all about the one up barrel for me. Mash and Drums does mash it. Carter Grishaberg's in the house. How was the ECBP tonight? So for those of you that did not see my review, my quick like first take of the Elijah Craig, C922 is actually a really killer release. It's very oak forward, a little bit more oak forward than some of the other releases have been recently. It's not drying though. A lot of traditional like heavy caramel, almost burnt caramel, a lot of oak, vanilla, and all that from the front to the back. It's a little bit flat in the mid palate, but it gives you a really nice finish. A lot of sweet and oak up front. But if you like oak forward Logitech barrel proofs, the C922, that's the shit. All right, let's go to 3 here, or C. Oh, man. Again, C, I think we're getting into more of an Irish / single malt category. I smell pot still spice on this, on C. I think there's some there's some Irish pot still on here. I think. It's spicy, it's sweet. A little, but maybe not. Maybe it's, I feel like I'm getting a lot of like that, little bit of a, not enough likes in here. Hit it for Jason Blendageddon 2022. Yeah, so next week we'll do the finals of the Franken-blends. And then the week after that, guys, we're gonna kick off the first round of the American Whiskey Blendageddon. I mean, 40 blends in all. It's gonna be epic. We're gonna have a guest judge next week to go through these to help me pick the winner, and then the following week we'll have the guest judge to kick off the first round of Blendageddon. So things are gonna get real fun, all leading up to the finals with ADHD Whiskey and Mr. Fred Minnick. And picking the best blend of the year for Blendageddon 2022. Also, we will have a great, amazing bottle auction to raise money for St. Jude's Children's Hospital. Already some great bottles in the mix. That's going to be in there. So, yeah, we'll stay tuned for that. Oh, man. All right, guys, let me get into the chat here. If you missed the review, it's awful, says Chris Connor. Leave some on the shelf for everyone. Maybe I missed it, but have you done a New Riff barrel pick? I've seen that New Riff has been heavy in doing picks lately. Regardless, I love the OHLQ picks you have done. Tom on, thanks. I haven't been part of any of the New Riff picks from OHLQ, but I did the Rebel and the Ezra picks for OHLQ, and I also did the Russells, I think that most people know, and I did the Yellowstones. The next ones that I'm going to be a part of are the Sagamore picks and the Penelope picks. Those are the next two that I'm going to be helping out for the state of Ohio. So if you guys are into Penelope and Sagamore like as much as I am, we should. I swear to God, I'm going to pick some really fucking good barrels for you guys. So it'll be a lot of fun. Adam Dorman, that's going to be a secret. I'm not telling you yet. So. All right, let's try this one. That was just coming off like just a really delicious single malt scotch. It's got a like raisin and chocolate on it, maybe a hint of sherry to it. It's not overpowering. I just don't know if it's super unique, and that's what I look for. Like that to me just tastes like a really well-aged. Well, I mean, maybe. I got a little Bunnahabhain in here maybe too. You guys know I like Bunnahabhain. You're playing it smart. Yeah, no problem, Tom. So that one, I think this one is even falling short from A and B here. It's got the flavor, but there's just not enough oomph to it. It's falling a little bit flat for me. All right. I mean, I've tried 3, so those are basically the top 3 right now. Master Drum, what are your thoughts on the new single malt releases from Jack Daniels? I'm here for it. Jack Daniels to me has built up a reputation that whatever they experiment with seems to just be working and clicking with everything they do. So I will be all over that single malt release. I can't wait to see what they do. We tasted some of it in the triple mash. It'll be great to taste just a straight variation, no blendings, a straight single malt from Jack Daniels. I am anticipating that not a lot of people are it's not gonna be a universally loved whiskey like the Jack Daniels Rye, for example, because single malt is a little bit weird for a lot of bourbon drinkers or people that are used to drinking Jack Daniels. So, while I don't think it's going to be a universal favorite, I do, however, think it's going to be surprising and surprisingly good, I think. Just based on the stuff that I've been tasting from Jack Daniels recently. So we'll see what happens. All right, we're gonna go to the D, which is the darkest shit that I've ever seen. Look at that. Look at the D. Whatever blend this is man. Copper will sip in the Jack. I might have to cook the. Get that mac and cheese, man. Get it. Mashanddrum. Kelsey Dime says I can't wait for them. Jack Daniels is gold. Turkey, not yet. Did Boona 12 CS ever hit Ohio? I don't think it ever did, Ham Turkey. I was looking for that release. Never got it. All right, this one. Here we go. The dark one. D for dark, not other things. And yeah, this is coming off very dark. It's very oak forward, but it's also very almost cherry cordial a little bit. Chocolate cherry. This is very dark. Man. All right. Yeah, did someone add E150 to this shit? Look at that. It's crazy dark. Oh, that's weird. That is weird on the palate. Did not expect that at all. What is that flavor? Gonna have to go back into that one. This has like this tangy barbecue sauce note to it, where it's like a little bit smoky. It's like sweet and sour sauce. This is gonna sound really weird, but this tastes like the sweet and sour sauce from McDonald's that I like to dip my chicken nuggies in. I know all of you fucking eat chicken nuggies from McDonald's because it's delicious, but the sweet and sour sauce from McDonald's. Holy shit, this is reminding me of that. Oh my God, what the hell is that? It's like someone put sweet and sour sauce, chicken nugget, sweet and sour sauce in a little bit of with like a Luxardo cherry syrup. That is the weirdest thing I've ever tasted. Not the weirdest. I take that back. But it's very unique. Is it really good though? That's crazy. Never tasted anything like that. This gets an A++ for uniqueness. That's for sure. It's got a nice finish too. Okay, but is it good? Sweet and sour sauce. Now we are friends. Says, yeah, I'm all about the sweet and sour. Everybody tends to go barbecue or honey mustard. It's all about the sweet and sour. Then I like to dip my fries in the sweet and sour sauce. Who doesn't dip? Come on, let me know in the chat who dips fries and then fucking sweet and sour sauce at McDonald's. Man, I think I like it. There's like a Texas whiskey vibe going on in there as well. There's like a dark, like musty, oaky, like thing going on to it. That's crazy. Yes, fries, clown shoe, single malt. I'm calling it. They blame it in McDonald's single barrel. I dip fries in a chocolate frosty. Says Medfloat. I know people that do that. I see that. It's like that sweet and it's like that that sweet and salty vibe that you do. Now, only dip fries in your milkshake. Not since I was 5. Although chicken nuggies did not exist then. Hot mustard is the way, and vanilla frosty. Your face says you don't like it. Yeah, I'm not. It's not that I don't like it. I'm not sure if I like it. It's weird. It's it's definitely the most unique in the mix up here. What the hell is that? One last sip of that one. You know, I kind of do like it. It's just very different, and it's. I mean, compared to the others. It's really, really different. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's Frankenstein. This is the Frankenstein blend. So it could be anything. But I mean, this might get like just points for how unique it is. I'm kind of digging it. All right, I need the Mandalorian real quick. Basil Hayden of fast food. So Chris Scott, I love that. All right, let's go to E. Now we're getting back into a little bit of the like medium colors, like light, medium, dark. Then we're getting back into kind of like the medium, almost dark blends here. So let's go to E. Oh wait, I gotta write my notes on D. What did I say? McDonald's, sweet and sour sauce, cherry, spice, and I got oak and a little bit of smoke. I mean, it sounds weird, but it's actually a pretty nice blend. All right, let's go to E here. Is Yoda here? We got Yoda. Send it through and see what the guest judge says about it next week. Eric's still here. Yeah, I kind of want to just put that through just to see what happens. Danny Smith was just wondering if anyone said weird stuff like Fireball and Malort. Wasn't expecting barbecue and McDonald's sauce. All right, here we go. Is Rob Zillow awake? Is he okay? Just checking on him. I know you're okay. I see you, man. All right. E. All right, E is coming off like more of a rye. Getting a lot of rye vibes in here. A lot of rye whiskey vibes. A lot of spice, black pepper, a lot of citrus. Yeah, Adam, hell yeah, I hit up Hot Chicken Takeover. You crazy? I love that fucking chicken. Love that shit. Does anyone have Cane's chicken where they live? Cane's chicken fingers? It's all they do is fucking chicken fingers. It's brilliant. Chicken fingers, fries, Texas toast, and the cane sauce. Does anybody have Cane's where they are? I mean, it's here in Ohio. There's usually a line around the building to get that shit. But does anyone else have Cane's chicken fingers? Because it's amazing. It's amazing. Cleveland does. West Des Moines has it. Brandon Boudoin. McRib. Yeah, no. Cane's is the best. Yeah, it's the sauce. I totally agree, Copperwolf. It's the sauce. Cane's is pretty damn good, except for the lines. Yeah, there's always a line at Cane's. Crazy. No slaw, extra toast. Jonathan, I'm right. Jonathan, what I usually do is I do no toast, but I go extra finger, and then I get no slaw and I get extra sauce. That's like my order. And usually I share it with my girlfriend, and we get one big thing of like fries and the chicken tendies. We usually get 6. I'll eat 4. She eats 2. We have the fries, and then we have the sauce. It's great. All right, let's try this blend. Really great nose on this one on E. E is very weird. These last two have been funky, weird blends. And what is that flavor I'm getting? No, we don't have Dave's hot chicken. Nope. Cane's is trash. They need to learn what salt and pepper is. They don't want you to do salt and pepper, dude. It's all about the sauce. That's what they want. This one has a very great finish to it, but the front of the palate it's almost sour, like lemon. I'm sorry, oh man, what's that? What is that? It's very lemon. It's lemony. And then it gets into like this dark fruit flavor. It's chocolate. There's like a sesame seed There's like a sesame seed note to it, like a toasted sesame seeds. This thing is crazy. You guys freaking brought it with some of these blends. Yeah. There's a nuttiness to it, but it's really unique. These two are absolute just Frankensteins. Like, you guys totally nailed the category, because that's what those are. Man. Yeah, maybe lemongrass, Terrence. Maybe something along those lines. That one's crazy. That's what I'm kind of right there. But it's got like this letter E might have the longest finish out of all of them. The finish is going on for days here. There's a little bit of like a dusty funk to it as well, which I think is kind of playing into it. But really kind of just, I don't know. It's really unique for sure. Yeah, these blends are made to mess with my palate, I think, a little bit. The first three, I feel like are pretty straightforward, but these two are complete Frankensteins. Yep. Is it sake? I don't even know what's in here. Man. Getting something very grapey, like wine forward almost on that too. That thing's crazy, but it's good. The finish on it is the longest of all of these so far. So this really gets on the finish. E. All right, let's go to F. FU. Let's see what you got here. Oh boy. Now we're getting into a whole nother leg space. These blends are nuts tonight. These blends are way more diverse than the first bracket was. The first bracket, I feel like you had some Irish, you had some stuff like mixed in, high potent bourbons and some other stuff that we found out. These are all over the map. Cane's and Chick-fil-A. Yeah, for life. Christopher, for sure. I think here too we're getting into some malt. I'm getting the malt in here. There's a maltiness to this chocolate. The palate's not doing it though. Compared to these, the palate is just a little bit. Yeah, the palate's soft. I mean, it's a good blend. It tastes good, but it's lacking. I mean, immediately when you kind of go back and forth, this one lacks a little bit of punch. Yeah, this is very it's very malty. Getting a lot of malt on that. A little chocolate. There's a little bit of fruit to it as well, but it's malty. A little bit of spice. I think, again, we're getting into more of these single malty blends, I think, on that one as well. It's got a nice finish to it, but the palate is just kind of dying. I don't know if that's going to really hold up with the rest of these. That is all in the back end. It's got kind of a flat palate, but a good finish on it. Copper Wolf 87. Yes, the Jackman finishes and drinks really smooth and light. It's like it's like drinking a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or peanut butter banana sandwich. And it's just like really easy. But I do like the viscosity of the Jackman. Kyle Barron says, sounds like F is full of Mets fans' tears. Oh, man, you bastard. It's all right. It's all right. Listen, as a Met fan, I'm used to this disappointment. That's what makes us stronger as a fan. All you other guys are spoiled. I'm only kidding. You guys just are smart enough to follow better teams. All right, last one. G. Here we go. Oh, G. Gee whiz. That smells fucking good. Ohio, a culinary bastion of chicken finger lines. Bill says basically what it is. It's chicken tendies all day long. Chicken tendies for life. Wait online. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. G, the nose on G is ridiculous. It's oak, it's sweet, it's vanilla extract, it's caramel heavy. It smells like a cat. Does anybody eat caramello chocolate bars anymore? You know the caramello bars that just has like an oozing like river of caramel pouring out of the caramello? That is a very underrated chocolate bar. I mean, we're getting close to Halloween. I mean, everyone talks about Reese's and Snickers and all that shit, but caramello is highly underrated. Whiskey Mountains. What do you mean you used to love caramello? You don't like it anymore? Come on, Adriana, you're better than that. Sauce-ageddon would be awesome. Rolos. Yeah, Rolo's kind of in the same. That's actually maybe closer. It's like a Rolo. More of a milk chocolate caramel bomb on this one. Oh, a little bit of oak. Tiny hint of like strawberry on this. G stands for good God. Here we go. Oh my God. That's really good. That is one of the most fruit forward, like dark fruit. Is Darrell Stewart. Darrell, if you're watching, you need to come here immediately and drink this. You like fruit forward bourbons? Holy shit. ADHD whiskey. Ugh, I'm so late. Anything disgusting yet? Yeah, Matt Porter. I don't know if these two are disgusting, but they're different. I'll just say that. Nothing is like making me go, ugh, but they're different. Oh my God. Oh. G is like syrup. It is like velvety, delicious syrup. Oh my God. That is... I don't know what the fuck G is, but that is delicious. Holy hell. Tom Mullen says, good luck choosing. Yeah, I'm really not sure. EJ says, you must have been super rich. We couldn't afford caramello. And that's Rolos. Was caramello like a bougie candy? I don't even remember. Oh, man. BJ's Tasting Notes was an awesome game. So funny. Oh, yeah, I got to watch that one. I got to see what that one is. I have a game in mind to play with everyone, but I don't know if I'm going to have time to do it with all these Blendageddon rounds. This has got to be a blend of something finished in it, like sherry or PX or so. It's so fruit forward, but it's got a spice to it. It's thick, it's rich. G, good God, is the shit. All right. Wow. That is like a it's almost like a maple syrup whiskey. It's crazy how rich it is. Alan Palacios says, I'm getting fat just thinking about uncontrollably eating caramellos. Please stop. Get all the caramellos. Get them all, Alan. Come on, man. All right. I just tried G, so I'm going to go back in reverse here. So if I had to kind of call out some of the highlights of this one, G for sure. I think F is just going to fall flat, unfortunately. I'm going to try F again. F is very elegant, but it's just too soft. So I'm going to immediately get rid of F just to kind of keep my decisions a little bit easier. Now, when it comes to these two are just freaking funky fresh. This definitely has some American single malt vibes in it, I think, on E when I go back to it. It is like root beer. That is crazy. Let's go to D. D tastes to me like a finished Irish whiskey. I'm sorry, a finished Texas whiskey. Like it's like sherry. It's like a sherry Tex. That is really good. I think I like D over E, even though they're both really unique. If I had to pick a funky one, I might go with D over E. But I can't rule out these first three yet. Let me go back here. Caramello, hold the mellow, extra finger. 80 Whiskey says yes, but looking for another. So yeah, so real quick, guys. So yeah, a lot of content coming out here real soon for me that you're gonna see. Again, I rhymed. Why does that happen tonight? Why am I like Snoop Dogg tonight? Elijah Craig Barrel Proof versus the other two from this year, the A and the B. You'll see the full review for the Midwinter's Night's Drams, both the Encore and the standard version, I guess, or batch, I should say, Act 10, I should say. This is Act 10, Score 4. What else? Chattanooga Whiskey, their latest Bottled and Bond, will be coming out. I'll be doing that review real soon, too. And then what's kind of special, really cool special bottle I got from my friends over at the Bourbon Hunters. Here, it's a great podcast. If you guys haven't listened to them, definitely listen to the Bourbon Hunters podcast. We're doing like these blind tastings in a series, but the host of the Bourbon Hunters podcast, Dude Pool, he has a bottle of Stag Junior Batch 1, which was highly touted as just like a dumpster fire. So I have a bottle of it. I'm going to do a review on that. So you guys will see that real soon. You'll see that quadruple bass video, all the port rise. And then, yeah, so I think that's what's coming up soon. A Remus Gatsby will be coming to me as pretty soon, thanks to Kelsey Dime in the chat. And some other just really great bottles for the fall. So a lot of great content coming from the Mash and Drum. You guys just need to stay tuned. So a lot of good shit coming. But yeah, thanks for everyone for subscribing and watching and, you know, sharing with your friends and all that other good shit. So, all right. WhiskeyBrazil.com. Dude, where the hell you been, man? How you been? Nice to see you. Skull Vikings. C might be the other one I have to eliminate. It's a very good blend. It's fruity, it's balanced, but I don't think it's going to hold a candle to the other ones. So I'm going to take C out. So C is out and F is out. So A, B, D, E, and G are the ones that are left in the mix here. B and A are pretty close, but let's see which one I pick here. I have to eliminate one of these two. Holy hell, that's candy. Rarebird 101 is here. What up, Rarebird 101? So if anyone has watched my Master's Keep Unforgotten review yet, if you haven't watched it, definitely go check it out. Unforgotten it's delicious. And it destroys. I don't care what the fuck anybody says about Master's Keep 1 from last year. That was a bullshit Master's Keep batch. Unforgotten completely crushes it. Crushes it from front to back, spice, flavor, viscosity, everything. Unforgotten is a really nice Master's Keep. It's going to be interesting to see how that would like kind of line up in my favorite Master's Keeps of all time. I don't have any more Revival left, unfortunately. I wish I did. But man, I would love to have another Master's Keep Revival in order to kind of taste my favorite Master's Keeps and do like a whole video on like my favorites just to see where it would fall. So, but I'll tell you this, Master's Keep Unforgotten, that's got to be one of my favorite turkey releases. Like even over the single Rick House, I thought Master's Keep Unforgotten was way more interesting and way more unique. And I mean, I don't think it's better than Russell's 13, but for what it is, it's just really unique and really delicious. Totally. Rarebird says, I'm sipping KC18 now, and it's amazing. I still have to get a fucking bottle of Concrete 18. Everyone's coming out with reviews of it, but I can't get my hands on a bottle. It's like eluding me. I got to get one of those. All right, let's go to B here. Damn. So B is really tropical again, just like A, but it's kind of coming off a little bit flat. Let's go to A. Yeah, A over B has all the things. Andy DC coming in with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much for the super chats. Love them. Jason, I visited Wild Turkey a couple weeks ago. The bartender at the temporary gift shop said he had a friend in Ohio who runs a YouTube channel. The next week you showed a pic of him in a video. Andy DC, you are talking about Bo Garrett. Bo Garrett is a really great friend of the show. He is, I don't know if you guys know, but it's kind of understated when you meet him, but he was the guitarist for Montgomery Gentry back in the day. Obviously, there was a tragic helicopter accident, and the band kind of just stopped performing. But Bo Garrett is one of the greatest people on the planet. And not only he's an amazing musician, but he's also one of the tour guides at and the bartender over at the Wild Turkey gift shop. So yeah, if you ever go to the Wild Turkey and you see Bo Garrett, I know Rarebird 101, David Jennings, he knows Bo Garrett pretty well. If you listen to Bourbon Pursuit, the Bourbon Pursuit podcast did a whole episode with Bo Garrett. Kind of goes through some of the stories, how he became a tour guide at Wild Turkey, his love for the brand. I mean, yeah. And that was Andy. You spoke to Bo Garrett, who's kind of a living legend in himself, for sure. Bo is the best. All heart. Completely agree, Rarebird. All right, so I'm probably going to get rid of B because I like A better. So it's going to be one of these four is going to get eliminated to go to the finals. Which one is it going to be? You have A, D, E, and G. And who do they belong to? G, I think, is a lock. Because G is fucking ridiculous. G is a lock. G's in. G is too good. I don't know what it's named, but I'm calling it Good God, It's Good. That's what G is. G is making it to the finals. I mean, G is ridiculous. I don't know what the fuck is in that whiskey, but it's really good. All right. That's so cool. He was the guitarist in Montgomery Gentry. Had no idea. Yeah, Andy. He was a guitarist. He still plays, and he has a very unique love for Wild Turkey. He talks a lot with Jimmy Russell. Follow him on Twitter and Instagram. Firebird Bo, I think he is on Instagram, and he posts stuff at Wild Turkey all the time. He's an absolutely great guy. I actually reach out to him a lot, along with David Jennings, to kind of talk about Turkey and some of the history and stuff. And he's a wealth of knowledge as well. Jason, we tried. Let me know if we try again. It says get strunk. Let's see here. Keep B, eliminate the goofy ones. I don't know if I can eliminate the goofy ones because, I mean, the goofy ones might be in the mix. That one's different. A is so good. It's just such a balanced blend. Let's go to D. D is weird. But it's actually got more flavor punch, I think, than A does. It has a lot of just an amazing finish on it. You have to go kind of off of what is not only, unique, but what also gives you the best experience on the palate. E. I think E is going to be the odd man out here because as I drink it more, the flavors are just kind of, I'm not digging it. I'm not digging the flavors on E. It's unique, it's different, but there's just something about it that's just not jiving with my palate. Yeah, it's got a very sour, bitter like thing going on in the finish for me. And you guys know bitter kind of kills it for me. So your D is weird, man, says Eric Sawyer. I like that. Adam Dorman, when I met him a month ago, he had great things to say about you, Jason. Oh, thanks, Adam. Yeah. Bo is the best, man. I love Bo. I think E is going to be eliminated. I think these are my top three right here. G, A, and D. These are my top three right here, guys. So congrats to G, A, and D. So that means, so what we're going to do here, like we did last week, we're going to put these aside. And we're going to pull in E, B, C, and F. And let's find out here. Rob Zilla says, I think I'm out. Recommendations for stores and stops in Louisville, Kentucky, says Mark Fain. Mark, for bottles, head over to Westport Whiskey Shop or something like that. Westport Whiskey Company, whatever it may be. But Westport Whiskey you need to go to. They have an amazing amount of bottles. They have a tasting bar in the back. They have a lot of good picks as well. It's a great store. I always recommend people to go there and find what they need. There's a small shop called Taste in Louisville as well that actually has a really good amount of great bottles. If you get lucky, you might walk in and find something really rare on the shelf. I love that as well. Westport Whiskey and Wine. Yeah, that's it. Westport Whiskey and Wine. Great store. Definitely go there. Love that shop. Yeah, I mean, those are really good stores. Yeah, two of those. And as far as just like Louisville, I mean, Justin's House of Bourbon is great, but be prepared to spend a lot of money for anything allocated. But they have a lot of good picks and a lot of good bottles that are available at retail or close to retail. But if you're looking for anything Buffalo Trace, you're going to have to pay out the ass. So, all right. Where did she say she put the key here? Let's see. Okay, let's see. It's in the book still. Look here. Oh, there it is. Okay. Love this. Here we go. Here's the key, guys, tonight. Who is going to make it to the finals next week? The Franken-blend category. Let's go. Oh, she has such nice handwriting. Okay. I can't write like this. All right. Let's go in letter order here. So I'm going to start with, let's say you have B, C, E, and F. The first one eliminated tonight, which was B, which I wrote down as smoky, honey, toast, bright lemon. This was the one that gave me all the lemon vibes. That one belongs to Rob Shields. Well, kiss my thistle. Rob, great blend. Absolutely loved it, but it did, fall a little bit flat compared to the others. Man, it was, let's see here. Now, I have Rob's blend right here. So what did I say? I said smoky. I think there's some scotch in there, some single malts, maybe an American single malt I think I wrote as well. Honey, toast, a little bit of chocolate. Let's see what's in Mr. Rob Shields' blend. Who is Prav Sarif and why do picks sell for top dollar? I don't think I've heard that name, Copper Wolf. Rob Zilla said, I knew that was mine. He said no scotch. Okay. All right, so it was the Westland. It was all the... So that's where the smoky and the chocolate came from, was that Westland. So he had Westland Cream of the Crop, which is a Mash and Journey pick. Westland Gariana's 5th edition, Abiki Harmony, and the Balcones Rumble Cask Reserve. Final proof was 108.28. 40% was the cream of the crop, 40% was the Westland Gariana, 15% was the Hibiki Harmony, and 5% was the Balcones Rumble Cask Reserve. The Rumble, I believe, is that the one with the Mission Figs in it, Rob? Is that that one? Yeah, man, that is very American single malty. So I'm glad I kind of, as I was tasting through that, it's getting a little bit of the chocolate. Oh shit, Whiskey Crusaders is here. What's going on, Maddie? Nice to see you, buddy. Okay. So B, Rob Shields. Let's go to C, who is Eric McDaniels with the Celtic Cannoli, one of the best names in the bracket. Let's be honest. The Celtic Cannoli, Eric McDaniels. I mean, I smelled Irish whiskey based on the name. I'm thinking there's some Irish whiskey in there. So let's see here. Did he provide? I don't think I see a. Oh, is this it? Oh no, that's not it. I don't think I see a blend thing from you, Eric, anywhere. But yeah, Eric McDaniels. If Eric McDaniel, if you're, what was in your blend? Let me know in the chat. Let's see here. Yeah, Eric, let me know what was in your blend. I feel like I got a lot of Irish whiskey in it, but you let me know. All right. Let's go to E. E. One of the best names, too. Crossing the Finnish Rhine. Not the Finnish Rhine, the Finnish Rhine. And that belonged to Cole Wolfson. I'm sorry, Cole Wolfson. And I called it out immediately. I said that this has to have some rye in it. Let's see. I think he actually, yeah, here it is. Crossing the Finnish Rhine. Cole Wolfson. Let's see what he got. Let's see here. So what's in this blend here? We have Buzzard's Roost Cigar Rye, Dad's Hat Honey Cask Finish Rye, Barrel Seagrass, and then the Sagamore Spirit Rum Cask Finish. A blend of Canadian, Indiana, Kentucky, Pennsylvania, and Tennessee rye whiskeys, finishing a blend of rum, Madeira, apricot brandy, honey, and cold smoked aged Kentucky tobacco leaf barrels. 103.8 proof. Damn. That is a blend. Shit. That's crazy, dude. You know, and amazingly, with all that spice and that rye that's in that blend, it actually, I think just blending them all together, just like it really smoothed everything out. I wasn't getting like a big spice punch at all. It got really sweet and it just lacked on the finish. And you wouldn't think that would happen with that blend, but that's what happened with that blend. Crazy. All right. Next one, last one that we eliminated here is the Wee Bum from AW. Wee Bum. So Wee Bum, select, he sent in his details right here. So letter F. This was the one that I just thought came in flat, unfortunately. I mean, it was a nice, easy sipper, but it was just kind of, it just didn't do a lot on the palate, unfortunately. Wee Bum is 8 parts Powers Gold. I'm not going to read the parts, but this is what's in the blend. Powers Gold, Teeling Small Batch, Red Breastless Style, Teeling Single Pot Still, Cooper's Craft 100, Cat's Eye Obtainium Hazmat was in that blend. Hamilton Guyanese Wooden Pot Still Rum, Wooden Coffee Still Rum, Reserva Exclusiva Rum, and 1 part Lemon Heart Rum. Holy hell, AW. All that stuff, and it just was too just easy. $45 bottle, 99 proof. Wow. So that means the top three spots. Now, we're not going to read what's in these blends yet until the finals. But congratulations to letter A. Fucking A. William Davilar with a gentleman's bet. Congrats to William Davilar. We're not going to read the contents of his blend just yet because we have to get to next week. Next up, letter D. The D belongs to Wise Guy Whiskey Guy with his barrel-aged soda pop. That's the one that I wrote as sweet and sour sauce, cherry spice, a little bit of smoke. That was kind of the most unique one, but I thought it was really good. And then lastly, G, the fucking OG. This one that was absolutely delicious. It's called Slippin' Jimmy. Jimmy from Jimmy McGill, who is in the chat. That blend, whatever the fuck is in that blend, is delicious. So that means next week, let's take a look at the quick bracket here, guys. That means that next week, we are going to have Terrence Scott, Dan Trout, Adam Dorman versus Jimmy McGill, Wise Guy Whiskey Guy, and Will Davilar. So those three will move on to the next bracket. We'll have a special guest judge next week. And holy shit, guys, it's going to be a hell of a night. Somebody will be crowned the Franken-blend champion. And Jesus, man, this is crazy. I mean, Slippin' Jimmy is really, really good. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's going to win, but it's really good. So congrats again to all the participants. Again, when all the t-shirts are done, every participant in the Franken-blend will get a t-shirt for your participation. But other prizes await the final winner. It's going to be a hell of a night next week. Ladies and gentlemen, go over to Women of Whiskeys coming up right now. Following my live stream, I think I'm gonna head on there and help celebrate their 1-year anniversary. And next week the finals, Franken-blends. Love you guys. Thank you so much for watching tonight. Keep on the lookout for my Logic Craig Barrel Proof video, I think tomorrow. And then on Friday, we're going to go port crazy. All the port finished rye whiskeys you could ask for. Love you guys. Thanks so much. It's not about the whiskeys. The people you share with. Like, subscribe, do all the things. I'll see you real soon right here on the Mash and Drum. Congrats to everybody that submitted a blend. Cheers.